Hi guys! So I'm here to do a monthly recommendations video, and monthly recommendations is a Goodreads group created by Kayla Rain and Between Chapters. So the topic for this month was books you wish were um, required reading. So I don't know about you guys, but usually when I was in school, like elementary school and stuff like that, once in a while we might have read like a book together, but mainly it was like little excerpts and stuff um, from novel stories, whatever. I remember in high school there was this book called Join In, which was little stories about different cultures and everything, which I really enjoyed. Um, our teacher also read a lot of stories from like the um, Chicken Soup for the Soul, whatever kind of things, which were really nice stories and everything. Now, I only went to ninth grade, so I can't tell you about what people would have read in, say, um, you know, their senior year or whatever, except for what I see on TV, which is usually Jane Austen and Shakespeare and stuff like that, and classics. Now, of course, we had individual reading and suggested reading lists and stuff like that. And I did read a couple classics and everything, like Of Mice and Men and To Kill a Mockingbird and stuff like that. The thing is, obviously, I'd go for something a little bit more maybe modern because we don't really see that suggested a whole lot. I mean, we do and we don't, but it's like it doesn't seem as pushed as the classics, which there's nothing wrong with the classics and everything. They're classics obviously for a reason, and there's something you can learn from them, but there's also a lot of good stuff in, the more modern books and everything. But the thing is, you have even classics and stuff being banned and everything, and it's really hard to suggest books, really, because every time you turn around, somebody is offended by something. Even if it's meant to teach and teach tolerance and everything, if there's a word or something in there, people are just afraid of it. I don't know. It's like on the extras and stuff, if you watch the actual Hunger Games DVDs and stuff, people were talking about, this one school that, like, read it all together, and I was actually kind of surprised that they read a book like that, which it's tame compared to a couple other things, but still, because of what's in it, I'm surprised. I'm still kind of surprised looking back that my school, when I was like in 5th grade or 4th grade, we read Harry Potter, and I went to a religious school that year. So that was a little surprising. I mean, once in a while you get people that aren't total whack jobs, on their opinions and ideas, but it's just hard, Like The Hunger Games and Harry Potter, I would definitely have people read just because there is a lot you can learn from them about loyalty and friendship and, standing up for what's right and everything else. But I think before we get into books like that, they probably should read something like The Giver. Just because it is more middle grade and it's easier to read. It's like an introduction for kids to like dystopia and everything. But it also makes you think about choices, good or bad, and the freedom we have to choose and everything, and really what makes us human. And, maybe throw in a couple contemporary books and such. Even if you have different opinions on them, to talk about issues and everything. Talk about if you thought the author had good representation in them. If you thought things could have been better, maybe books like 13 Reasons Why or A Monster Calls, The Fault in Our Stars, stuff like that. You know, it doesn't really have to be totally controversial, but just enough to make you think. I mean, we shouldn't really be dumbing down kids. I understand there are things that, you know, are not appropriate and everything, and stuff that's maybe too violent or too this, and, you know, they can probably read that at the end of high school and stuff like that, but, you know, we can have issues talked about and everything and stuff. These things are middle grade and YA for a reason, because they're written for that, and, you know, some subjects need to be talked about. So yeah, I think just really expanding, not being afraid to discuss issues and everything, try new books and everything, stuff like that. So anyways, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.